Hey everybody, I'm at the beach right now, and I thought that I would just record out-of-body experience that I had last night. Yeah, so I'm lucky enough to live near this beautiful beach in Thailand, where my husband and I, we moved here last year. So I thought it would be nice to just record this in front of there. But what happened last night was So just leading up to it, I'm not sure if this happened because I was listening to a live stream on YouTube yesterday of somebody who talks to people about his own out-of-bodies, and he lets people ask questions and stuff like that. So it's very interactive and a very small group. So that was really nice. If you guys want to check it out, his name's Fourth Eye 1111, and he's on YouTube. And I'll maybe try to remember to post a little link below to his channel. Very down to earth, really good information, and he's super experienced in this. So I don't know if it was like in my head, but when I went to sleep last night, I usually listen when I want to have an out of body. I usually listen to sleep meditations, but I didn't do that last night. But I did lay on my back like really quietly and just trying to put myself in like a very relaxed state. And so I started to, it must have happened pretty early, because when I woke up and it was all over, I had only been in bed sleeping for like maybe an hour and a half. So usually I don't get out of bodies till like more than morning hours, but this happened before 10:30 at night. I was having a dream, and it was kind of a scary dream, and I don't usually have scary dreams. I usually have very peaceful, happy dreams, or just like frustration type dreams where I'm stuck somewhere and I can't go to where I want to go, or I'm at work and I can't do what I want to do. But the dream was like kind of scary. I was sitting next to my husband. We were on a sofa, and we were in like this room. Somehow there was a window up, like, that I could see. It was a window, but it was like opaque, and you could just see shadows through it. And I saw a shadow of somebody walking back and forth, and there wasn't supposed to be anybody in there or something. And I said to him, "Look, there's a scary person up there walking back and forth." And I was really, really scared. And I was covering my eyes, and I was like, I'm so scared. And then I looked up again, and all of a sudden the window wasn't opaque anymore. It was really clear, and I could see perfectly through it. So that's when I realized that, I was like, wait a second, I think this is a dream. I think I'm in a dream. And I became lucid in the dream. And I looked at my husband, and I was like, I don't need to be scared because this isn't real. And he's like, what? I said, yeah, this isn't real. This is a dream. I can do whatever I want. And so he grabs me and he's like, no, don't do it. And I was like, you can't stop me because this is a dream. Like, not in a mean way, like, you can't stop me. But it was just like, I was telling him, no, I'm sorry, I have a little frog in my throat. I was just telling him, like, I have the control here. Like, I can do whatever I want. So I realized that there was nothing scary there. And I said, well, you know what? I said to him, let me just try to see if I can get out of my body. And he was physically trying to stop me, like, not mean, but just holding my arm. And I just started to push up off and like to fly up in the air, and I did. So I was like, yes, I knew it. I was so happy. And I started to fly up towards the ceiling. And I've been having this trouble where I can't get to the ceiling, but even though, when you're dreaming, you should just be able to go right through it, but I never can. And I was touching it, and it was hard, like the wall in my house, which is like made of concrete. So I was trying to push through it, and nothing happened. And then I was like, I command to go through the ceiling. And so then I started to spread it open with my hands. I started to like spread it open with my two hands. And it started to get softer and squishy, and I could just like go through it like mud. And I was going through the ceiling, and I was so happy because I was going through it, but I could still feel my husband's arm like grabbing, somebody was holding my leg, and trying not to let me go. And as I was pushing through the ceiling, I could still feel them. I'm going through these layers, and there was many layers in the ceiling. There was like first the regular ceiling layer, and then it seemed like I was going through like insulation and paper and many layers. And finally, when I got through all those layers, I was in water, and I was swimming up, and I could see that there's light on the surface, but I kept swimming and swimming and swimming and trying to get to the top. And the higher I swam, now nobody was holding on to my leg anymore like that. I was able to get that off of me, whatever that was. Like in my dream, I thought it was my husband, but I don't really know what that could be. And so if you guys if you've ever had that happen, let me know what you guys think about that, because I've had that happen a couple times now where somebody's trying to grab me and keep me down, but I just like push past it because I know that I've learned that I'm all powerful. I can do that. So anyway, after I got through all the layers of the ceiling, I'm swimming through the water. I'm swimming. It seemed like it took a long time. When I say a long time, like, I don't know, like 30 seconds of just swimming up towards the surface of the water. And the higher I swam, I started to get filled with this feeling of like so much happiness that I almost couldn't contain it. It was like, I heard somebody describe it as like an ecstatic feeling. Like I was so happy. Like, I know that sounds weird, but it was like an ecstatic feeling of happiness. And because I was so excited, I was going to get to the surface and I was going to be able to see what was up there. And this has never happened at any of my outer bodies before, where I was like, I'm really making progress and I haven't kicked myself back into my body yet. So I was just so happy and excited. But at the same time, I was like, can't get too excited because then I'm going to get sucked back into my body. But when I broke through the surface of the water, I finally broke through. And I was sort of like in this neighborhood of houses and fences, but it was like it was like a utopia. It was perfect. Like my sense about it, even though I was only there for a few seconds, everybody that was walking around and was just living their lives, and like people in their yards and people on the street walking along. It was super colorful, very bright. Like I remember seeing very vivid reds and like a wooden fence that was just perfect. Like everything was perfect. It was like Pleasantville. It was like the most perfect environment. And as I popped through, I looked around and I was like, everybody can just do whatever they want here. This is like what somebody described that I heard in their near-death experience, where they said, when you're on the other side, and I don't know if this is really, but this is what I was thinking in the outer body. I said, this must be what that guy was describing when he had his near-death experience, where he said that on the other side, you can just do whatever you want. You can just like live your life, but without any troubles or without any worries, and everything's perfect, and there's nothing to block, whatever you want to do. And that was the sense I got, even though I was only there for a few seconds. So everybody was happy, everything was perfect, and I just yelled out. I was like, this is so beautiful. And then I woke myself up, and that was the end of that experience. So yeah, it was definitely different than the other ones I've had. So I don't know what to make of it yet. I just gotta like kind of process it a little bit more. But I woke up right away, and I was in my bed, and I looked at the clock, and it was 10:30. So I grabbed my phone and I went in to just type it all out, like what happened, so I wouldn't forget it. Because I really didn't want to forget what happened. So, and this is another reason why I make these videos, so I can just basically keep a video log of what happened. So anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments. I'd like to hear if any of you guys have ever experienced anything like any of the things I mentioned in my out of body. Okay, thanks.